Another tool in Smart Notebook is called the Pen tool, but that's actually a little bit misleading because there are actually several pen tools. So to find them, you're going to click on the Pen tool right beneath the Select tool. Over here on the Properties area, you can choose from several different pens. The most straightforward one is just the pen, and you can click and drag on your computer, or you can write directly on the Smart board with the pens provided with the board. You can also change the color that comes from that pen. You can also change the thickness and edit all of those things as well. Once you've drawn a line, you can actually click on it, you can move it around, you can resize, you can do all of those things, including rotation and the drop-down menu, all of those things that we have with any other object in Smart Notebook. From there, you can also use a few different pens, and these basically just give you different looks when you use the pen. So the Calligraphic Pen makes it look like actual calligraphy, and again, you can change any of that. There's usually a few presets up here, so you don't have to necessarily tweak it every time. You can kind of choose from those presets. Another option is the crayon. There's also a highlighter. This one is helpful if you have some text on the page. You can actually use the highlighter pen and you can highlight over the top. So maybe you want students to highlight certain things on some text or things like that. You can actually do that right on Smart Notebook. There's the text pen, which I'll actually talk about in a separate video. There's a Paintbrush Tool, which again you can choose any of those different presets, or you can change the thickness and all those kinds of things as well. And then there's also a creative pen, which quite honestly my students just thought was really fun. So there's a few different options for that. There's some stripy ones, there's one that's stars, and there's a few different ones that you can just sort of play with. My kids all thought that one was Frozen. But so there's lots of different things you can use for different ways to use the pen using the Smart board. The last pen I'm going to show you is called the Magic Pen. You can choose the Magic Pen from the list and you can start to write. But you'll notice I can write a few things with the Magic Pen, but when I go back to my Select tool, the Magic Pen will actually start to disappear. You can also edit for the Magic Pen. If you select the Magic Pen and then you go to the Properties menu over here, if you go to Fill Effects, this is kind of hidden. If you go to Fill Effects, you can actually decide how long you want the text to last before it disappears. So for example, if I changed it to 2 and I start writing, it's going to start to disappear after 2 seconds. You could also make it much longer if you wanted to. So that's how you can adjust that piece as well.